It is not gonna be a good video unless I do this one very important thing. Welcome to today's video. It's gonna be a little bit different than the past few ones that I've done. Okay, so the reason that I wear the mic is because I don't like to turn the fans off when I'm in here because it gets very hot very fast. So I don't know why I felt the need to tell you that, but now you know. The reason that I couldn't think of a topic that was interesting enough for me to want to make a video about it this week. So I'm just gonna do some plant chores and just bring you guys along and maybe talk about my life and just a little bit more about me. And yeah, should be fun. Now the truth is I don't really know what I'm gonna be doing as far as plant chores goes. I kind of don't have a ton of stuff that needs to be done. Usually when I first enter the grow tent, I kind of just walk around and I will put back plants that I watered the day before and look for plants that need to be watered today. I don't water everything where it's at. I bring it all to this little watering station I have, so I don't know why, it's just easier for me. And yeah. Oh, I have an Amazon package that I'm really excited about. This is kind of why I'm doing this video. I bought 4-inch planters. I thought that they would come with I have the 6-inch version of these exact planters, and they came with their own little perfectly sized trays to match the pot, which I love. So I got the same brand of planter thinking that they would send me more of those, but they didn't, so it's okay. It's okay. Another really exciting thing that I recently added to the grow tent is a trash can. I used to just pile all my trash in my little watering trays and it just wasn't good. And I think it would attract extra bugs. So now that I have a trash can, I can actually put trash in it and it keeps the tent so much cleaner. And sweeping is easier because I can just dump the dustpan out into the, versus like going out into the, you know, the rest of the house and trying to, you know, figure it all out. You get what I'm saying. So, oh, the wrapper's already like kind of penetrated. Oh, it's broken. The whole like top few are like busted around the edges. What the heck? Nate, that's so disappointing. Do I have to return this whole thing now? I can't use any of these. The only other size planters I have that are smallish are these little like 3-inch ones. So these are supposed to be, I have a lot of plants in these, so these were supposed to be like the next step. That's so disappointing. I wonder if I could, like maybe they won't make me return this. I'm gonna try to get a refund on this real quick. 1 second. Okay, so to be honest, I don't really know what we're gonna do today, because that was kind of my only plan. Amazon wants me to return the whole thing. So I can't use any of these today. So we will just be returning them. I guess we'll start with the plants that I had watered yesterday, just moving those. Here's the plants I watered yesterday. Syngonium albo that I think I want to sell. Variegated philodendron and Prince of Orange that I'm actually giving away to a friend. So just gonna put those back in their respective homes. I like watering them in the tray because any excess water they get to sit in like overnight. Maybe I'll add a little tray to this guy. Just because he's still dripping. I'm getting rid of my Prince of Orange I'm just falling out of love with it, okay? I used to really love it and think it was like one of the most underrated plants out there, but I don't know, I'm just not like super into it anymore. This plant has been reverting on me. And then also the leaves that I do get that are variegated are like all deformed and weirdo. Like wherever it's variegated, it just doesn't come in very cute. If I can grab it. It's another one. So I chopped it recently. Okay, I chopped it because it had reverted. It looks like where I chopped it, you can see the chop right there. It sprouted out this new vine, which is why I don't recognize these leaves or I hadn't noticed them before. These are new, and it's completely reverted. So, oh, it's sticky. It's got extra floral nectaries on there. Just gonna put it right there. That's frustrating. I don't know how to encourage the variegation. I thought it would from right there. I'm just like, the ones I see online are so pretty. I'm so sticky from that. I don't know. Mine's like, the variegation is weird and it just wants to revert. And then the last one is my Syngonium albo, which I'm actually gonna put, well, oh, see a little spider mite. It's dripping. That's the only one I see. Let me try to show you guys. You see that little red guy? That's a little spider mite. So I'm gonna squish him. And I have all these like sachets. These are beneficial mites. I'm gonna throw it on here. This guy doesn't look great anyways, but, and then I'm gonna try to keep it away from all my other plants. Right there. Okay, now I'm gonna go through and see if anyone needs to be watered. I think like specifically maybe my cacti. Oh, my alocasia frydek, perhaps. This one, the soil is so chunky, so it's just easier for me to just poke it with a little dowel. And when it comes back with dirt on it like this, then it's still moist and it doesn't need to be watered yet. So put her back. Check my cactus. Oh, she's rooted. Okay, gonna water the cactus. It came back completely clean. So, the cactus is gonna get watered. Okay, let's see. My other cactus is over here. This one's finally growing. I've had it for a while. But look at the, ow! This like green part. I'm pretty sure, like 90% sure is new growth. And then it has like a bunch of little white things on top. I'm like, is it trying to bloom? I don't know what those are. I don't remember those being there before, but like this is one that I would love to put in a bigger planter, but we're gonna add this to our little watering hole here. I am gonna water these little baby anthuriums. I don't know what they are. They're gonna get watered. I kind of know in my head like which ones have been watered recently, which ones need water. So I can kind of guess like when one is gonna need to be watered, but Synapsis, is anyone else kind of like not vibing with them anymore? Like their growth pattern is just so crazy that I'm like, do I need you? Like, I mean, I've been chopping this one so that it gets nice and bushy, but it's just like kind of bizarre growth pattern. It does feel dry though. Yeah, I'm gonna water it. Philodendron tortum. Okay, so they sell these at Lowe's now. Isn't that stupid? For like 20 bucks, I got a huge pot of one, and I've been growing this one out forever. I got this as a little baby for like $45. This is the newest leaf. Wow. They feel cool. I've never had a pest on this either. I don't think it needs to be watered though. Could probably wait another day or two. This is a philodendron whippleway. This has been on my wish list for a very, very long time. Look how pink the like new leaf comes in. Backside. It's very pink. It's kind of hard to tell. But this has been on my wish list for a while. This is like it's either light sensitive or temperature sensitive, but like the more of either that it gets, either light or like higher temps, the whiter the leaves are and the more pink they are when they come in. So I got this on Palm Street. I didn't know Palm Street was a thing. I'd like heard people talk about it, but not in a way that was like, oh, you've got to check out Palm Street. It actually turned out to be kind of cool. This is just some Synapsis cuttings, wet sticks, no leaf, just wet sticks that I just have. And here with some moss. I don't know how this is gonna go because the lid's not very, like it gets light, but it's not very see-through. I don't know about this video, y'all. Cebu blue. Cebu blue could use some water. Poked her. A little thirsty. Oh, I might need to get another tray. Another watering tray. So this is one of my other Synapsis. It just grows weird, like. Okay, if I'm bored, you guys are bored. I'm gonna stop talking. Just gonna go through and find who all needs water. Okay, I think this is our crew. I think this is who we've got. Plus Cebu blue, ghost, a little ghosty. But I do actually already have some water in a little thing, so I don't need to go get some. Okay, just gonna go through and water these. Like honestly kind of it, y'all. Maybe I'll take you through watering each of my moss poles. Oh, I really was hoping to repot some plants today. Let me brainstorm for a second. Maybe there's something else. Something I'm missing. But what? I went to a friend's baby shower the other day, and one of my other friends brought her 2 kids, and one of her kids was walking around like this. And we were like, what are you doing? And she was like, I'm thinking. We're like, wow, you're thinking so hard. And she was just trying to think of a song that she would like to dance to because they started playing music. And I feel like I'm doing that right now, like in my head, like I'm thinking so hard. I know what I'm gonna do. I've got it. This is the perfect idea. I am going to clean my Billietier's leaves. The older ones are real crusty dusty, and I have these microfiber gloves that have only been used a couple times. And I already have my plant cleaner spray. And this way, I secretly just want to show off how big my Billietier is. Is that weird? No, if you're watching this video, you're a plant person, so you would do the exact same thing. You can't judge me for that decision. So, I think I'm gonna stick you on the ground. We could also clean my Jose Bono leaves. This is such a good idea. Hold, please. Wow. Microfiber gloves. The spray I'm using, this was mostly empty, I think, and then I added some Castile soap to it. So it's like hydrogen peroxide, kind of like super diluted with some Castile soap in it. And yeah, I use this to clean my table because it's unscented. So I was just using like regular cleaner before, and it's such an enclosed space that it takes forever for whatever scent of whatever to go away. It takes a long time for that air to circulate out. So I like this a lot. And it's close to nighttime, so my grow lights are gonna turn off soon. I wouldn't do this in the morning because I hear that there's a risk of burning leaves. I am unsure if that is true, but I don't want to take any risks, you know? I don't want to take any risks around here, so we're just gonna go in with this guy. And we're gonna start cleaning. Just a little spray. I don't know if you guys can see. It doesn't look like you can, but I got this new like acrylic thing to try and prop all the stems up because this plant is huge. It stretches 4 feet wide. And I'm not like, you go girl. Like, I don't want to stop you from doing your thing, but also I don't really have room. So I've been hesitant to get something that forces the stems to sit more upright like that. But I mean, this is already way more upright than it was, and it just looks, it does look a lot better. One thing that I was kind of interested in mentioning is I started going to therapy this year, in January actually, because my doctor recommended it, because I take antidepressants, and you know, it was like a follow-up appointment. So like, how are your medications treating you? How do you feel? And I was like, well, I still struggle with this one thing. And he was like, I think you need therapy. I was like, oh. Well, I've always wanted to have a therapist, so that works for me. So there's actually therapy in the building of where I go to the doctor to get checked out. So it kind of worked out like perfectly. So I just go upstairs and I love it. I'm having the best time, honestly. Like, it's been so amazing. There's a giant pole in my way, but I'll clean right here so y'all can see. It's been so good for me. I'm gonna like hug this pole. One thing that I've learned recently I never thought I had middle child syndrome because I'm the second oldest, and there's some below me too. So I'd always like heard about middle child syndrome, and I'm like, no, I don't have that. Couldn't be me. And then I actually watched a TikTok, which, kind of dangerous to let TikTok help you diagnose yourself, but I really resonated with what this TikTok said, and look how nice that looks. So shiny. Yeah, I really resonated with what this TikTok said about how being a middle child makes you a people pleaser. And that like blew my mind. Should I back you up? I was like, oh my gosh, I'm literally a people pleaser. And I also was reflecting, like, as a kid, I wanted so badly to break a bone. I can't even express to you how bad I wanted to. Just for the sympathy that you get when you break a bone, and like people signing your cast. And I would literally like Google, maybe this is way too personal for the internet, but I'd literally Google like how people break their bones and tried to put myself in those scenarios so that mine would break. I'm literally in middle school doing this, you guys. Like, first of all, who gave me access to the internet? Second of all, wow, I should have started therapy way sooner. Like, what the heck? I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally was craving attention because I was a middle child. I was totally suffering from that middle child syndrome that I believed and I never thought I had. So I brought this to my therapist, and I was like, listen, I think I'm a people pleaser / am like dying for attention / like have middle child syndrome. And she was like, it's so good that you're reflecting on yourself like that, because I think so too. And I was like, oh my gosh, TikTok was freaking right. But here's the thing, realizing that was not where the change happened. Change did not happen just simply because I realized, like, oh, I have these things that I do. Can you see this one? I'm doing this little leaf now. This guy. The hardest thing for me has been realizing that I can't say no to people without it absolutely wrecking me. Like, if my friend asks me to come over and hang out, and I'm not really, like, sometimes you're just in the mood to stay home in your PJs. I never say no. I just never say no. Unless I have a super legit reason. Because it's just painful for me to do that. And like, as a kid, my mom would buy, and I'm sure a lot of people relate to this. Like, I'm not saying I'm the only one that suffers from this people-pleasing syndrome. But as a kid, my mom would buy me like dresses. She'd like see a dress while she was out and about and be like, oh, that's so cute, I'm gonna buy that for Leah, like how a good mom would. And if I didn't like the dress, I would bawl my eyes out because I felt so bad that I didn't like something that my mom got me. And it's not even like I would tell her and be like, I actually don't like this, and like that's what would make me sad. It was simply because it was strictly the fact that she thought I would like something and I did it. Even though she would never know that I didn't like it, the fact that I didn't like something that she had like spent time picking out for me just would destroy me. I couldn't handle it, and I've taken that into my adult life where I can't say no to things, even like with my boyfriend. Like, if he wants to go to Lowe's and look at tools and ask me if I want to go, I say yes, even if I'd rather stay home and do stuff with my plants. I know how happy he would be if I went with him, and I think to an extent that's okay. But I think where the issue is where I'm unable to say no. It doesn't feel like a choice. It doesn't feel like I have control over the situation. What we're working on is getting back that feeling of control again. And man, it's hard. It's so hard. The first situation that came up right after my therapy appointment was I had told my mom previously that I would go to the gym with her because I'm super into weightlifting, and I think it's really important that people should go, especially as you age. And you know, my mom is aging and I want her to be healthy and able to do things with her body for as long as physically possible. And so she asked if I'd take her to the gym and show her a few things, and I said yes, absolutely. But the time came to go to the gym and I did not. I was so tired. I had stuff I wanted to do. I really did not want to go. And so I was like, okay, we talked about saying no without feeling the need to over-explain myself. I'm going to say no. I told her no, or that I wouldn't be going anymore. And she, being the amazing woman she is, was like, okay, that's fine. No problem. And I was like, I'll send you a list of workouts to try with like linked videos as a tutorial. And sorry, I'm just moving you again because there's one more big leaf I want to get. Anyways, I told her no, but said I'll set you up so that you don't need me there and you know what to do. And it's not like she's never gone lifting before. She's very active. She's been active her whole life. Like, she ran marathons. So it's not like she needs a super tutorial. She more so was just hoping for like the support and like, you know. But I told her no. I said, I really am tired and don't feel like going right now, but I'll set you up. And like I said, she responded amazing and was like, yeah, not a problem. I totally get it. I'll go without you. And oh my gosh, I was destroyed. I was so full of guilt. I was sick to my stomach. I could not comprehend not going. Like, it took everything in. And you know what? I ended up going after crying about it and feeling so guilty. I ended up going, and maybe some of you are like, well, yeah, you told her that you would, so of course you have to go. But the issue is that I'm putting so much pressure on myself to keep these people, to like keep other people's emotions in check, to keep other people happy, versus people are in charge of their own emotions. Like, if my mom is sad that I can't go to the gym with her, that's kind of something that she needs to work through. And same with like, if a friend is sad that I can't come hang out, that's something that they need to work through. And same with like my siblings. And I don't know how to explain it in the way that my therapist would. Like, she was amazing, obviously, and sounded so good when she would explain it to me, but it's just been really kind of life-changing, you guys, and I've been saying no to a lot more things. Just gonna slide this back. Look how shiny. Ugh. It's amazing. I didn't do the stems just because there's so many extra floral nectaries. I was like, not really into that. I don't know. I just don't want that sticky stuff all over my gloves. Okay, this plant has been suffering from spider mites. My Jose Bono. Not like terribly, but enough that it's like somewhat of a consistent issue. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean these leaves too. And you guys can join me if you're still here. I really wanted to post a longer video too. That's kind of why I wanted to do one of these, because those videos that I make where I script them, I plan them out to be like a 20-minute video. And by the time I'm done editing and everything, It's literally a 7-minute video, which is fine. I don't think those particular videos needed to be any longer. So I think it's fine. It's not an issue. But anyways, that's something that I'm working on myself. I wanted to share, like, one of those big realization moment things where it's like, oh my gosh, I'm a people pleaser. Oh my gosh, this thing has actually contributed to most of the sorrow in my life. Like, one thing that we've been working on in therapy is my social anxiety is really bad. And she thinks that they're connected. I mean, it makes sense, obviously. It's so heavy in the front because the stem is growing so fast. So this thing wants to topple really bad. But yeah, I've always wanted to go to therapy. And if you have always wanted to go to therapy but could never get around to it, I highly, highly, highly recommend prioritizing it. Talk to your doctor. They can refer you. If you're already like being actively seen by a doctor, ask him what he thinks, or her. Ask them. I just say him because my doctor's a him. Oh no, you can see my pajama pants. My friend and I actually have a mental health podcast. We haven't posted anything recently, but I really have prioritized mental health in my life and like trying to figure out how to keep myself happy, you know. I'm right down here. I'm doing these lower leaves. These are where I find the spider mites hide. They love the new leaves, so they're usually on the new leaves, but if they're on the new leaves, I can guarantee that they're down here on one of these like older leaves. I don't think I have a pot big enough. Oh. Oh, there's literally a spider mite on here. Oh, I've got a lot of webbing on this one. Yeah, this leaf is covered. Oh, that's so frustrating. Probably won't do another plant after this just because I don't want to spread like eggs. Like you can see eggs all over the back of this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, little guy. My philosophy with pest issues, I really haven't had them that bad, honestly. And I attribute a lot of that to just giving them the conditions they need to be happy, like enough light and all that. I think keeps them strong enough to fight off pests. And I try to keep things as like, I don't like cleaning my leaves too often because I want things to stay like its own little ecosystem. So I use beneficial mites a lot. I'm nervous about doing this leaf because it's the newest, but I think it needs it. Yep, there's a couple. That's so crazy because, like, I genuinely check this religiously. It seems like they pop up just overnight. Oh, anyways, the name of the podcast that my friend and I do is called Oatmeal. And yeah, it's a little cozy mental health podcast. We do have plans for it and we want to continue it, but my friend that I do it with is pregnant right now, so not sure how much we'll ever actually be able to do, but if you're interested in like mental health topics and you're sick of hearing about mental health from professionals, then girl, I got you. We are two very unprofessionals who are just going through it, just like the rest of the world, you know? We don't have everything figured out, but we're trying and learning, and I like to share what I learn along the way. Like I definitely don't consider myself to be like a perfect plant mom or a perfect human. Like I'm like, obviously I've told you I still struggle with, I'm in therapy, so like I still struggle with a lot of stuff. Oh my gosh, this plant is amazing. Wow, look at those leaves. Newest leaf, previous leaf, and I think the next leaf is coming out of a caterpillar, so hopefully that thing is massive. Hopefully it's massive. I think I'm gonna call it for that video, for this video. If you are still here, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I love these videos that are like more cozy and just talkative and just doing planty shit. Like I really like it. I love watching people do these, so hopefully you're not mad at me if you prefer my scripted, like, exploring plant lore type videos. I don't have very many subscribers, so you're probably not mad. You probably don't even remember subscribing to me. But thank you guys so much for being here. If you liked this video, you're gonna like the first 2 videos I ever posted. One of them is just telling you about my plant journey and cutting up a synopsis, actually. And the other one is me just seeing how many plant chores I can get done in 30 minutes, because I just wanted, just for fun, just for a good time. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you next time.